Hello friends, welcome to Prashant IAS. So friends, in the last class, we have discussed about the shape of earth and I have already told you that the earth is spherical in shape. But friends, if we are talking about the exact shape of earth, then the exact shape of earth is called as geoid or oblate spheroid. Friends, in the last class only, we have also discussed about the evidence. We have also discussed about the three evidence to prove the spherical shape of earth. Okay, so we have already discussed about three evidence which proves that the earth is spherical in shape. So in this class, we will continue our discussion further and I will teach you about more evidence that proves that the earth is spherical in shape. So friends, let's begin. So friends, the fourth evidence is the ship visibility. Now what does it mean? So friends, let's suppose that if a person is sitting on a beach, okay, and a ship, okay, so let's suppose that this is a ship. So a ship is coming towards that person. So what happens friends, that first of all, the person is able to see only the top part of ship. Okay, so first of all, the person is only able to see the top part of ship, and then gradually the other bottom parts become visible. Okay, then what happens, that after some time the person is able to see the middle portion of the ship. Okay, and even after that time, okay, and even after some more time, then the person is able to see the bottom of that ship. So actually what happens, that if a person is sitting on a beach and a ship is actually coming towards him, so what happens, that the visibility of ship actually gradually increases from top to bottom. Okay, so what happens, that first of all, a person is able to only see the top part of ship, and after some time the person is able to see the middle part of ship, and after some more time, then the person is able to see the bottom part of ship. Okay, so first of all, what happens, that the top part of ship becomes visible, then the middle part of ship becomes visible, and in the end, in the last, the bottom part of ship becomes visible. Okay, so what happens friends, that the ship's visibility, the visibility of ship increases from top to bottom gradually. The visibility of ship increases from top to bottom gradually as the ship comes towards any person sitting on the beach. Okay, now the question is that why it happens. Okay, so we have the question that why it happens. So now here also we will consider two cases. Okay, and on the basis of these two cases, I will prove that the earth is spherical in shape. So friends, in the first case, we are assuming that the earth is flat, and in the second case, we are assuming that the earth is spherical in shape. Okay, so let us first discuss about the flat earth. Okay, so the first case is that if the earth is flat. Okay, so friends, let's suppose that this is sea. Okay, so what is this? This is sea or ocean, and a person is standing on a beach. Okay, so this is a person who is standing on a beach, and this is a ship which is coming towards the person. So actually this ship is coming towards the person. Okay, now it is clearly visible from the diagram that the person is actually able to see all the parts of ship. Okay, the person is able to see all the parts of ship together at all the distances. Okay, so here you can see that the ship is very far from the person, then also all the parts of ship are visible in this condition. Okay, so in here the ship is not very far, not too close from person, then also the person is able to see all the parts of ship. Okay, and in this position the ship is very close to the person, then also the person is able to see all the parts of ship. So it is very clear from the diagram that here the person is clearly able to see all the part of ship from all the distances together. Okay, but now let us consider the second case. Okay, now in the second case, let's suppose that a person is standing. So let's suppose person is standing here and this is a ship which is coming towards that person. Okay, so the ship is coming in this direction, means the ship is coming towards the person. Okay, now you can see that when ship is in the position where it is farthest from the person, okay, means in this position ship is located at a very large distance from the person. So now person will own, okay, so this is line of sight. Okay, so we all know that light travels in a straight line. So if you will observe the line of sight, then you will clearly see that in this position the person will only be able to see the top part of ship. Okay, but friends, when the ship is in this position, okay, so when the ship is in this second position, then the person will be able to see even the bottom part of ship. And when the ship will come in the third position means when ship is closest to the person, this position. So in this position you can clearly see that now the person is able to see entire ship. So what is happening here? So here actually the visibility of ship is gradually increasing from top to bottom. Okay, so what is happening, that the visibility of ship is gradually increasing from top to bottom. First of all, the person is able to see only the top part of ship, then the person is able to see the top and middle part of ship, and finally in the end when the ship is very close to the person, then he is able to see the entire ship from top to bottom. So what happens, that the visibility of ship increases from top to bottom when a person observes a ship coming towards him sitting on a beach. Okay, so this proves again that the earth is spherical in shape. Why? Because this condition is only possible when the earth is spherical in shape. Because if the earth were flat, then the person will be able to see all the parts of a ship together, okay, from all the distances. But as the earth is spherical in shape, so the visibility of ship increases from top to bottom as the ship comes closer to a person. So this again proves that the earth is spherical in shape. So this is the fourth evidence. So friends, now the fifth evidence is sunrise and sunset. Now what does it mean? So here also we are having two cases. The first case in which the earth is flat. Okay, so in this case we are assuming that the earth is actually flat. And in the second case, we are assuming that the earth is spherical in shape, means earth is a sphere. Okay, so in the first case, we are assuming that earth is flat, and in the second case, we are assuming that earth is a sphere. Okay, so what will happen to sunrise and sunset in both of these conditions? So let us analyze, let us discuss, and then we will draw one conclusion on the basis of that discussion. So friends, when the earth is flat, okay, so you can see in this diagram, so what will happen? So if the earth were flat, then all the places would receive sunlight together. Okay, so if the earth were flat, so as you can see that this is earth, this is a flat earth. Okay, so you can see here that this is a flat earth. So if the earth were flat, so what would happen? So definitely all the places would experience sunlight together. Okay, so as you can see that here all the places are experiencing sunlight together. Okay, so this is entire earth, this is the surface of entire earth, and all the places would receive sunlight together. Okay, now let us discuss about the second condition. So in the second condition, earth is a sphere, earth is spherical in shape. Okay, so this is the shape of earth. Okay, so now you can see that now if we will study this diagram, then you can say that sir, all the places, okay, all the places here, these places will be experiencing morning. Okay, so there is morning in all the places here. Okay, now in all the places in this portion there is night. Okay, so there is night in all the places of this portion. Okay, now if we are talking about this portion, which I am marking on the diagram, this portion is receiving afternoon. Okay, so the portion in red color is receiving morning, is experiencing morning. The portion is orange color is experiencing afternoon, and this portion in black color, this portion is experiencing night. Okay, so what is happening here, that some places are experiencing morning, some places are experiencing afternoon, some places are experiencing evening, and even some places are experiencing night. Okay, so this is which actually happens on our earth. Okay, so this is what which practically happens on our earth. So what actually happens on the earth is that some of the countries, some of the places experiences night, and at the same point of time some of the places experiences morning, some of the places experiences afternoon, some of the places experiences evening. Okay, so this actually happens due to the spherical shape of earth. On a flat earth this is impossible, this is next to impossible on a flat earth. Okay, so if the earth were flat, then all the places would then all the places would receive sunlight together. Okay, so here as in this diagram you are seeing that all the places are receiving sunlight together, but in the second condition when the earth is spherical in shape, so you can clearly see that the some places are experiencing night, some places are experiencing morning, some are experiencing afternoon, and some are experiencing even evening. And this is what actually happens in our practical world. Okay, so this condition actually happens in our practical world, that at a same point of time some places experiences night, some experiences day, some experiences morning, some evening, some afternoon. Okay, so this actually happens due to the spherical shape of earth. So this again proves the fact that earth is not flat in shape, earth is actually spherical in shape. So this is the fifth evidence. This is the fifth evidence which proves that the earth is spherical in shape. Now friends, the sixth evidence to prove that the earth is spherical in shape is the shape of other planetary bodies, is the shape of other planets. Okay, so we all know that there are totally 8 planets in our solar system. Okay, and out of which our earth is also a planet. Okay, so let us talk about the shape of all the planets. So what is the shape of Mercury? And definitely friends, by our naked eye we cannot observe the shape of earth. Okay, so we cannot observe the shape of earth by our eyes because we are living on the earth, but definitely we can observe the shape of other planets because they are visible in the sky. Okay, so and some of the planets are very clearly visible in the sky. Okay, and we can see some planets through telescope or any other equipments and any other astronomical equipments. Okay, so when we will observe the shape of other planets, so let us discuss about the shape of all the planets one by one. So the first planet is Mercury, and definitely the shape of Mercury is spherical. Second planet is Venus. The shape of Venus is also spherical. Okay, the third planet is our Earth. Okay, and here we are actually discussing about the shape of Earth, so let's leave the Earth. Okay, so then comes Mars. Now what is the shape of Mars? So again the shape of Mars is also spherical. Okay, then friends, then comes Jupiter. So the shape of Jupiter is also spherical. Then comes Saturn. The shape of Saturn is also spherical. Then comes Uranus. Its shape is also spherical. And then comes Neptune. Its shape is also spherical. So we can say that the shape of all the planets is spherical. All the planetary bodies are spherical in shape. And what is Earth? So basically Earth is also a planet. Okay, so if the shape of all the planets is sphere, if the shape of all the planetary bodies is spherical in shape, then the shape of Earth must also be spherical. Okay, so if the shape of all the other planets is spherical, then the shape of Earth must also be spherical. Why? Because Earth is also a planet. Okay, Earth is also a planet, so the shape of Earth should also be spherical. Okay, so this is the sixth evidence which proves that the Earth is spherical in shape. So friends, now let's move forward to another topic. So now the next topic is the rotation of Earth. So what is the meaning of rotation? So here in this animation, you can see that the Earth is rotating. Okay, so rotation means spinning of Earth around its own axis. Okay, what is the meaning of rotation? So rotation means the spinning of Earth around its own axis. Okay, so what is the definition? So let me write here the definition. So the spinning of Earth around its own axis is called rotation. Okay, so what is rotation? So rotation means the spinning of Earth, or we can also call it as the movement of Earth around its own axis. Okay, so now the word axis is very important. Why? Because Earth is moving around its own axis. Earth is spinning around its own axis. So as you can see in this diagram, okay. So as you can see in this diagram, so what is the axis? Okay, so this imaginary line, okay, this imaginary line is called as axis. Okay, and you can see that around this imaginary line, Earth is spinning. Around this imaginary line, Earth is spinning. So this imaginary line is known as axis. So what is axis? So axis means it is an imaginary line passing through the poles and the center of Earth around which the Earth rotates. Okay, so as you can see, friends, that this is the North Pole. Okay, so see here, I will mark it in red color. So as you can see, friends, here this is the North Pole. Okay, and this is the South Pole. Okay, and here, oh, 1 second, this is the center of the Earth. Okay, so here you can see that this line is passing through both the poles and also the center of the Earth. Okay, so this is the line which passes through both the poles and also the center of the Earth. So what is the definition of axis? So axis means that it is an imaginary line. Why imaginary line? Because in reality it does not exist, but we have just imagined it. Okay, so it is not existent in reality, we have imagined it. Okay, so it is an imaginary line passing through the poles and the center of the Earth. So this line passes through both the poles and also the center of the Earth. Okay, and around this axis Earth rotates. Okay, so around this axis Earth rotates. So what is the definition of axis, or what is the meaning of axis of rotation? So axis of rotation is an imaginary line passing through both the poles and the center of Earth around which the Earth rotates. So this is the meaning and definition of axis. So now I hope that you all must be very clear with the meaning of rotation. What is the meaning of rotation? So rotation means the spinning or the movement of Earth around its own axis. And what is axis? So axis is an imaginary line. Axis is an imaginary line passing through both the poles and the center of the Earth around which the Earth rotates. Okay, so now I hope that you all must be very clear with the meaning and definition of rotation. Now friends, I will show you one very interesting game, okay, after seeing which you will be clearly able to imagine the rotation of Earth. So friends, here on the screen you are seeing the animation of a spinning top. Okay, so this is a spinning top, and I assume that you all must have played this game in your childhood. So you can see that this top is spinning on its axis, and this is the axis of the rotation of this top. Okay, so this top is rotating around its own axis. Okay, and I assume that you all must have played this game in your childhood. So just like this top rotates around its own axis. Okay, so just like this top rotate around its own axis, so in the similar manner Earth also rotates around its own axis. And what is axis? So axis is an imaginary line which passes through center and both the poles of Earth around which the Earth rotates. Okay, so now I hope that you all must be very clear with the meaning of rotation. Friends, now I would like to teach you one very important term, and the term is orbital plane. Okay, so what is orbital plane? So before discussing anything further, now we need to know that what is the meaning of orbital plane. Okay, now you can see a animation on the screen. Okay, now you all know that what is this? This is sun. Okay, and what is this? This blue body, this is Earth. Okay, so we all know that this is this yellow body is sun and this blue body is Earth. Okay, and what happens that the Earth revolves around the sun. Earth moves around the sun. Okay, and Earth moves around the sun in an elliptical orbit. Okay, so for the time being, just forget elliptical. Okay, this I will teach you in much detail when I will teach you about the revolution of Earth around the sun in detail. Okay, so here we are basically discussing about rotation. So what is this? This is the orbit of Earth around the sun. Now what is the meaning of orbit? So orbit means the path in which the Earth revolves around the sun. So you can see that the Earth is revolving around the sun in a fixed path. Okay, so you can see that the Earth is revolving around the sun in a fixed path. So the fixed path in which the Earth revolves around the sun is known as orbit. Okay, so this is the orbit of the earth. This is the orbit of the earth. Now friends, let us imagine a plane passing through the orbit of earth. Okay, so in this diagram, this is the orbit of earth. Orbit of earth means the fixed path in which the earth revolves around the sun. Okay, so this is the orbit of earth. Now what you have to do, you have to imagine a plane passing through that orbit. Okay, so this entire blue region actually depicts the plane passing through this orbit. Okay, so you have to just imagine that this is a plane. Okay, so this entire portion, this is a plane which is passing through the orbit of earth. Okay, so this is a plane which is passing through the orbit of earth. So this plane is known as orbital plane. Okay, so what is orbital plane? So orbital plane is a plane in which the earth revolves around the sun, or we can also say like orbital plane is the plane which passes through the orbit of earth around the sun. Okay, so we can say it in any manner. Okay, so you can see that earth is actually revolving around the sun in this plane only. So this blue color portion actually represents the orbital plane. So orbital plane is a plane which passes through the orbit of earth around the sun. Okay, now friends, based on this, I want to teach you a very important concept. Now what is that concept? So let's see. Now friends, for the sake of convenience, I am just zooming out a little portion of the orbital plane of earth along with earth here. Okay, so this picture is a zoomed version of this picture. Okay, so here friends, this is the orbital plane of earth in which the earth revolves around sun. Okay, so what is this? This is the orbital plane of earth in which the earth revolves around sun. Okay, so this is orbital plane. Now friends, please carefully observe this black line which I am ticking. Okay, so I have ticked this black line on the top as well as on the bottom. So kindly observe this black line and kindly observe the movement of mouse cursor. Okay, so this is the black line. Now you can observe clearly that this line is actually perpendicular. Perpendicular means 90 degrees. So this line is actually perpendicular to the orbital plane of earth. Okay, so this is the orbital plane of earth. This is the orbital plane of earth, and this line, this black line, is perpendicular, means 90 degrees to the orbital plane of earth. Okay, so this is the one thing which should be very clear in your mind, that this line is perpendicular to the orbital plane of earth. Now let's move further. Now friends, carefully observe this line in red color. Okay, so I have again ticked this line, okay, in red color. So kindly observe this line in red color. Now this is the axis of rotation of earth. So just now we have discussed about the axis of rotation of earth. So what is the axis of rotation of earth? So it is the imaginary line which passes through both the poles and the center of earth, on which the earth rotates, around which the earth rotates. So if we have to mark the poles, then this is the north pole. Okay, so this is the north pole which I have marked in green color. Okay, now this is the south pole which I have marked in blue color, and this is the center of earth which I have marked in red color. Okay, so you can observe that this line is passing through north pole, center and south pole, and earth actually rotates around this line. So this imaginary line is called as the axis of rotation of earth. Okay, so friends, for the matter of convenience, let's assume that this line is line 1 and the axis of rotation of earth is line 2. Okay, so here we have two lines. Okay, and for the matter of convenience, we have given names to the lines. So this is line 1, the line about which we have discussed earlier, the line which is perpendicular to the orbital plane of earth, and the axis is the line 2. Now my question is that what is the angle between line 1 and line 2? Okay, so listen to my question carefully. My question is that what is the angle between line 1 and line 2? So friends, the answer to this question is the angle between line 1 and line 2, okay, this angle which I have marked in red color. So the angle between line 1 and line 2 is 23.5 degree. Okay, so what is the angle between both of these lines? So the angle between line 1 and line 2 means the line 1 means the line which is perpendicular to the axis of which is perpendicular to the orbital plane of Earth, and the axis of rotation of Earth is 23.5 degree. Okay, so I am repeating my statement again. Listen to this statement carefully, because you will get all your answers in this statement only. The angle between, okay, listen to it carefully, the angle between the line which is perpendicular to the orbital plane of Earth and the axis of rotation of Earth is 23.5 degree. Okay, so the angle between both of these lines is 23.5 degree. So friends, what conclusion we can draw from this entire story? So we can say that the axis of rotation of Earth, okay, so the axis of rotation of Earth is not perpendicular, is not at 90 degrees with respect to the orbital plane. Okay, so we can say that the axis of rotation of Earth is not perpendicular, it is not at 90 degrees with respect to the orbital plane of Earth. Okay, now we can further say that the axis of rotation of Earth is tilted. Okay, the axis of rotation of Earth is tilted by 23.5 degree. So this is the angle of tilt. The axis of rotation of Earth, the axis of rotation of Earth is tilted by 23.5 degree with respect to the line which is perpendicular to the orbital plane. Okay, so what conclusion can we draw from this story? So we can draw the conclusion that the axis of rotation of Earth, this axis, is tilted by a angle of 23.5 degree, by a angle of 23.5 degree with respect to the line which is perpendicular to the orbital plane of Earth. Okay, so the axis of rotation of Earth is tilted by an angle of 23.5 degree. So this is the angle of tilt. Okay, so this is also known as the angle of tilt. Now friends, we have second question. Okay, now what is another question? So the second question which we have is that what is the angle between orbital plane? Okay, so this is the orbital plane. Again, I will mark in the red color. So this is the orbital plane. So what is the angle between orbital plane and the axis of rotation of Earth? So this red line is the axis of rotation of Earth, and this is the angle. Okay, so what is the value of this angle? So now we have to find out that what is the angle between the axis of rotation of Earth and the orbital plane of Earth. Okay, so now let's find out. So friends, we know that this angle is 90 degree. Okay, so this is 90 degree angle. Okay, and what is the value of this angle? The value of this angle is 23.5 degree. Okay, so this complete angle is 90 degree and the value of this angle is 23.5 degree. Okay, listen to my words carefully and see on the screen as well. So this entire angle is 90 degree and the value of this angle is 23.5 degree. So if we have to find out the value of this angle, then what we have to do? We have to subtract the value of this angle from 90 degree. Okay, so when we will subtract this angle from this angle, so the remaining part will be this angle. So what we have to do is we have to subtract 90 degree, we have to subtract 23.5 degree from 90 degrees. So the result will be 66.5 degree. Okay, so the angle between the axis of rotation of Earth and the orbital plane of Earth, the angle between the axis of rotation of Earth and the orbital plane of Earth is 66.5 degree. Now friends, both of these angles have a very good significance. Okay, so both of these angles have a very good significance. So when I will teach you about latitudes, then I will teach you that what is the significance of these two angles, 23.5 degree and 66.5 degree. Okay, so the entire calculations are actually based on these two angles, and these two angles are actually calculated by this method. Okay, so 23.5 degree is the angle between the axis of rotation of Earth and the line which is perpendicular to the orbital plane of Earth, and 66.5 degree is the angle between, it is the angle between the axis of rotation of Earth and the orbital plane of Earth. Okay, and take my words, these two angles are very very important, and based on these two angles we will calculate all the remaining latitudes. So when I will teach you the class of latitude, then we will discuss about it in detail. Okay, now friends, now there are four more important things which are left, so now let us discuss about them. So friends, there is one thing known as equatorial plane. Okay, so there is one thing known as equatorial plane. Now what is this equatorial plane? So equatorial plane is the plane which passes through the center of the Earth and the equator. Okay, so which plane is called as equatorial plane? So the equatorial plane is the plane which passes through the center of the Earth plus which also passes through equator. Okay, now you all know what is the center of the Earth. So here I am marking the center of the Earth in blue color. Okay, so you can see this is the center of the Earth. So it is the plane which passes through the center of the Earth and through the equator. Now what is equator? So I think that you all must have the rough idea about equator. So equator basically is the largest possible horizontal circle. Okay, so it is the largest possible horizontal circle which can be drawn on the surface of Earth. Okay, so this is just a rough idea about equator, and I also think that you all must be having a rough idea about equator. And when I will teach you about latitudes in that class, we will discuss about this equator in detail. For the time being, you just understand that the equatorial plane is the plane passing through the center and the equator. So here I have drawn this equatorial plane in red color. So please see in this diagram, I have drawn the equatorial plane in the red color. So this represents equatorial plane. So what is this? So this is actually equatorial plane. Now friends, as I have told you that this black line, okay, this black line is the axis of rotation of Earth. Now just by seeing by your naked eyes, can you please tell me what is the angle between this equatorial plane and the axis of rotation of Earth? Okay, so just by seeing through your eyes, you can say that sir, the angle between equatorial plane and the axis of rotation of Earth is also 90 degree. Okay, so the angle between equatorial plane and the axis of rotation of Earth is also 90 degree. So this also has a significance which I will tell you later on. But for the time being, you just understand that the angle between equatorial plane and the axis of rotation of Earth is 90 degree. Okay. Now friends, after this let us discuss about the direction of rotation of Earth. Means in which direction does the Earth rotate. So as you can see in this animation that Earth is rotating in this direction. Okay, so we can say, okay, now friends, if we will mark all the sides, then we can say that this is east, okay, this is west, this is north, and this is south. Now you can clearly see in this diagram that Earth is rotating in this direction. Okay, you can see that Earth is rotating in this direction. So we can say that the Earth rotates from west to east. Okay, so we can say that the Earth rotates from west to east. Okay, now this rotation, okay, this rotation can also be called as anti-clockwise or counter-clockwise rotation. Okay, so this can also be called as anti-clockwise or counter-clockwise direction. So if a question is asked in the exam, okay, that in which direction does the Earth rotate, then both of these options are correct. So you can either say that Earth rotates from west to east or Earth rotates in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so you can clearly see in this animation that the Earth is rotating from west to east, and also it is the anti-clockwise. Okay, so when you will see the Earth from North Pole, okay, so this is North Pole. So let's suppose if you are standing on North Pole, and if you will see the Earth from above the North Pole, then you can clearly say that the Earth moves in anti-clockwise direction. So when you will see from North Pole, okay, so let's suppose a person is standing on North Pole or above the North Pole. Okay, let's suppose a person is in the air above the North Pole. Okay, then he can clearly see that the Earth is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, or we can also say that it rotates from west to east. So this is all about the direction of rotation of Earth. So friends, that's all for today. I hope that you all must have enjoyed the lecture, And if you have enjoyed the lecture, then please like the video, comment, subscribe the channel, press the bell icon and select all. And share this channel and video to all the people you know who are preparing for UPSC or any other state PSC. Now friends, we will meet in next class. Till then, take care of yourself. Thank you.